All right, here we go.
Hit me with the news.
So we're starting with Neo Dreams here.
Oh.
Neo
I
Dreams.
like
This is
that.
from the same designer of Smartphone and Furnace.
He's walking out of a phone with jellyfish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, the person who designed Smartphone also designed Furnace?
Yes.
Those two are very similar.
I didn't know that.
Spiritual successor.
No,
Anywho.
Joey, no.
You're not allowed to say that in the show anymore.
Okay.
My one chance, and I blew it.
Anyway, you're collecting resources, craft study experiences, improve dreamscapes. You are creating and implementing dreams to learn new skills.
That's a cover right there.
It's coming from Open Borders Studios in 2024.
I bet it's going to make a sweet Netflix miniseries.
It really, oh, it already is. Look
Very
at that. You
possible.
can tell. That's
Cool.
Okay, let's see. Bang Legends. Did you know they were still making expansions for Bang?
did not.
No.
Bang came out in 2002.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
the James Bond of board games expansions.
It is.
Actually, Carcassonne came out in 2000.
Just 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some games still have expansions. Here you have what's going on in Legendary. Oversized versions of the cards.
What? Why?
Okay.
I don't know. Feats that you're racing to complete.
Feet? I love racing with my
FEATs.
feet.
Anyway, it's coming out in Q1 of this year, so soon.
Okay. All right.
Also this year, Matago is releasing a new version of Kemet. So I don't understand exactly what this means because they just had a new version of Kemet a few years ago. All right, was it like last year it came?
Yes.
Yeah, we got it last year. I taught it to
Yes.
you and Roy and whatever. So this is a new project. I'm wondering if there's a new campaign and they're going to just do the same thing but add more stuff.
So
That sounds like what it is.
My
They're being
version
very-
is obsolete. Oh,
Yeah, probably.
perfect.
No, I think I would imagine it's the
Does
same
an upgrade
thing.
kit? Yeah.
The upgrade kit better include a board.
Yes.
Because I love this game. It's one of my favorite games, but the board for the new Kemet just is not a very good looking board.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a good cover, though.
All right, let's take a look at some stuff from Catchup Games. Not Ketchup.
Oh,
Catchup Games.
back out.
How do you pronounce this? Revages? Oh, Rivage. I forget. Mike told me and I
Ooh,
forgot.
Do it that way.
Rivages.
Yeah.
Anyway, this actually in English, this is the word. This word means shores in English.
Sure it does.
That's a terrible joke. Anyway, this is a roll and write style game. As you can see on the back there. Looks simple. I do like that cover a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. I mean, again, I'm a sucker for a lot of the French designs and designers, so we're going to be looking at a bunch of stuff. I'm sure I'm going to be going like, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good.
Now, speaking of that, Curtison's here. This one looks really good. It has that.
Ooh, that's pretty artwork.
This is from Romeric Gallinier and Anthony Perrone. The Queen has a banquet, so you need to leave a good impression, but there's backstabbing.
Yes.
You're playing 3 cards. One's being played at the Queen's table. The other are played to yours and an opponent's domain.
Oh.
I like that concept. This is
like
coming
that.
out in March.
Biblio's the card game a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like a bit.
Sounds good.
And then this next game, you know because you taught it to me. Far Away.
No.
Yes. This is a Tabo Building game from Johannes Guppy and Corentin Lebrat. You're playing cards that you're drafting in a line, but you're scoring them from left to right. No, I thought you scored them from right to left.
You play them left to right, and then you score them from right to left when you're done playing them out, yes.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really an intriguing game. It's very...
I loved this little game. Have
Really?
you played this?
I have not.
I'm happy to show it to you.
I'd like
right
it.
after Abyss, you animal. How have you not played Abyss?
I know.
It's one of the best games
How
ever
did you get the
made.
game?
I played it. Tim had a copy.
At Tim?
Yeah, I played it at Tim had a
Tim had a
copy.
copy.
I played it at.
interrupted himself.
West.
He did.
West. is
Let's
where I
see
played
talk.
it. Tim got a copy in that big box.
Z keeps it
Remember,
on
that's how I
Z.
showed it to
That's
you.
right. That's where we played it.
Yeah, I showed it to you at West. No,
No,
West,
it was at,
World Series of Board Games.
Yeah, it was right before Essen.
Board gaming.
Did you get it then at Essen?
I bought it at Essen.
Yeah.
So it's out now?
Well, here's the thing. It's not
No.
coming to America until the second half of 2024.
Really?
So you know where you can have a copy. Z's going to put it on his desk in a little glass case where you can look at it.
Son.
Okay. Smell it, touch it.
All right.
No.
Not in a glass case, you can't. What?
So Isra C and Shay S, they're known collectively as Llama Dice. They're coming out with a game called Flatiron. Now, these guys are the people who just... They're very popular because they've done the Red Cathedral and White Castle. So it looks like they're making games based on buildings. And I was telling Mike, I think this is the first time I've ever seen a game based on this building. The Flatiron's a very famous building in New York that has that weird shape.
Yeah.
You see this building gets destroyed in movies sometimes.
Right.
Or romantic scenes happen around it or something.
It also has that Weber's and Santiago artwork. It looks good.
Yeah, I really like how this looks. So
I do too.
That is coming. There's no real date. They just said 2024. So
Done. Good enough for me.
All right, Amigo. This is a drafting game from Bruno Fiduti here. You're going to decorate your cave with goodies taken from mountain explorers that you eat. Doesn't matter how many you eat. There's 25 double-sided cards.
Oh.
Amigo means Yeti, I guess.
Does it really?
Or it's another word for Yeti in French, I assume. So yes, you're Yetis and you're eating fools and taking their stuff. It seems like a very simple, from what I saw online, a very simple drafting or like an open drafting kind of game, making sets of stuff.
That's interesting. It's,
Yeah, well,
I did not know
that
what it
is
meant.
Weberson, the artwork.
Oh, I know it. Thanks, Mike, for confirming something I clearly could tell.
All right,
Go back to sleep.
who has some games coming out? First, we have Keyside. This is they're working obviously with R&D Games. This is Richard Brees and David Turtzi.
Oh.
Keyside has played over 3 years. The end game. Although with David Turtzi, you do need to clarify that. There's 2 phases: landing and resolving harbors. So, I don't know. From the description and the look of the game, it's hard to tell. It's kind of like...
It looks like all the other ones,
It
unfortunately.
does, right. But it might be amazing. Richard Brees has done some really good games. All right, we have now the card game of Rajas of the Ganges is coming out.
Oh.
Cards and Karma. They already have Raja of the Ganges. Then they made a dice game, even though
I never played that one.
Raja
Right.
of the Ganges
Is
is a dice game. But, I mean, they made a smaller one. It's okay. Raja of the Ganges is amazing.
Yeah.
This is the card game from Inca and Marcus Brand. Some of the hottest designers in gaming. They are the most diverse for sure.
They are fantastic designers. Also, I do believe Mike DeLisio is threatening me.
Happens a lot.
You're going to see him in like 4 days. What are you going to do?
Not if I see him first.
He's on this account, I can't ban him. That's weird.
We can't. All right. In a game I didn't know anybody was asking for, Hook is also making Witchstone Kids.
What is Witchstone?
Witchstone is the
Kids need
Reiner
them.
Knizia game that felt like a Stefan Feld game, actually, where you just get points. You're putting these little... It came out a few years ago, in 21, I want to say.
Yeah, totally different cover.
I don't remember Witchstone at all.
Yeah, well, it was a forgettable game in a sense. I mean, I liked it, but...
Just fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so he's coming out with a kid's version of it. Okay. All right, Knizia, I see you.
Well, also, there's another designer, Martino Ciccacciera.
Cute artwork.
It sounds like a completely different game, just using the same name. That's all. All right, and a game name I'm surprised has not yet ever been done. Moby Trick.
Oh my
The
goodness.
3 to 4 trick-taking game.
What did they do to
it's
my
got-
boy Moby?
It's got
That is
narwhals
clearly
now.
a narwhal.
Wow.
He's supposed to be a gorgeous beluga whale. And they made him a narwhal?
That is true.
Yeah.
Anyway, well,
I'll
in
be writing
this
a
game...
strongly worded letter to Hulk.
No, wait, there's orcas, sperm whales, and blue whales in this. And narwhals. Narwhals are the Trump suit.
That makes sense.
Anyway, the twist in this game is whoever wins the trick chooses a card that's been played and scores it, but whoever plays that card gets a bonus effect for one of the next rounds. Like you can change the Trump suit or influence the round in other ways. That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
give you a card, you win the trick, but now, is that the card you're going to take? Now I get a special ability. Who's a designer? Jochen Nittel. I really feel like...
Don't recognize that name.
Well, I'm going to look it up because that
Yeah,
sounds
look him up. I
familiar.
need to know. It might be the guy who wrote Moby Dick.
That would be a trick in and of itself.
Could be.
He has designed this game.
It's a good one.
That's it.
All right.
Gotta start somewhere.
All right,
Narwhal.
Amigo is releasing some stuff. The 2024
Oh!
30th anniversary edition of Six Nymph,
It's nymphed.
which I bet you haven't played.
I have.
You have.
More fun than it should be. At
It is.
2 a.m.
There's some definite arguments about this game. I met some people who say you can play randomly, and I met people who will play randomly.
I've not played randomly.
You cannot do well if you play randomly. No.
That's...
I think.
Their argument is you can.
Are
I
they
don't.
coming out with a new version of this, you're saying? A nice reprint of it?
30th anniversary edition. It's 2 to 10 players, but there's also 4 variants of the base game created by fans. There's even a cooperative variant. There's an even odd variant. There's a mountain climbing variant. There's the jumping cow variant.
This is sounding worse and worse the more you speak.
And the number spinner variant. Oh, wait, I'm not done. There's also Beat the Buffalo. That's the cooperative version. I'm sorry, it shouldn't be as funny as I think.
Whoa.
Would you like to play Beat the Buffalo?
No.
Got it. Moving on. Next game is Snack Rabbits. Sounds like something.
Ooh, Trevor Benjamin and Brett J. Gilbert. I recognize those names.
You're collecting vegetables.
This is a terrible. Again, Amigo is. I don't know what it is. They're games. You could look. I could show you that cover and ask you what year did this come out.
1994.
You could say literally anything between 72 and yesterday, and I'd be like, "Yep."
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it doesn't sound like it's basically grabbing cards, and you can. It looks like a push your luck type game. You're revealing you can stop anytime you want.
All right, I like that.
And yes, let's keep running this llama thing into the ground. Llama Cadabra. A card game that's the same as llama, but now some cards are double cards with 2 numbers, 2, 3, or 4, 5. Action cards and the magic chip. I've stopped caring as soon as I saw the llama, so if you guys want to speculate on this, go ahead.
I played the llama card game a long time ago. I thought it was pretty, like, I was definitely reacting to everybody being like, "Have you played the llama game?" Oh, the llama game. And I played it. I'm like, oh, so it's like Uno. No. Knizia doesn't make Uno. He definitely does, okay? But then, so I haven't played in a long time. I played the dice game, and I thought the dice game was pretty good.
That's
Llama
what I've
Dice?
heard.
Llama Dice is
did
a
play
pretty
that one.
fun little kind of
Is it
push
called
your
llama?
luck.
Isn't it called llama no dice or no llama dice or?
Some garbage, yeah. The card game, I still don't think I would be a big fan of, and this, who knows? They've made a bunch of these.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, hey, let's jump on IPs, why they're hot, intellectual properties, Tiny Epic, Game of Thrones. No, man. A little bit behind the times here, I guess.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. When I played their game, what's it called?
Tiny Epic Dawson's Creek.
No, their Kingdom board game.
Oh, yeah.
We played that.
Yeah.
It's from the Game One Games, and we thought, hey, this feels like a Game of Thrones game. But that was by John DeClaire,
right.
Not by Scott Alms. I don't know, man. Scott Alms has made some good games and some terrible games, in my opinion. He's all over the spectrum. He's made some good stuff. But I never thought of him as, like, the theming guy.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of games, I'll tell you that. Because he works with these guys a lot. And he works with Bud and Shy a lot.
I know that cover cannot be final, right?
That cover is 100%
So there's a couple
final.
things that I find interesting here.
The cops are raiding Game of Thrones.
You didn't
Look
see
at
their
the
Tiny
light,
Epic
the red and blue.
Crimes or whatever it was? That cover was also not great.
No.
And that
was that one
final.
final? I never saw the final one.
You notice there's an 18 plus here in the cover.
Oh, well, it's Game of Thrones.
Why?
Filled with, well,
Sisters,
I'm not
brothers.
gonna say.
Unless...
Let me remind you of a scene from Game of
No,
Thrones.
Big hitty scene.
No, but maybe it's 18 plus just because it's based on Game of Thrones. Like, I don't know. Well, we'll find out. Anyhow, this might be fantastic. I'll make an early prediction here for our prediction episode. This will be their most successful Tiny Epic game ever.
You really think so?
I don't think so.
On the backer kit? Yes. Are you kidding?
It was 12 years ago, maybe.
Well, 12 years ago would have been even bigger. Yeah, you're right.
Whenever season 7 came out.
Their Kingdom one we played was not, the John DeClaire one was not themed, right? That was just a random.
The Netflix one?
The Netflix.
Oh,
one based
yeah,
on
that
Netflix,
was based on.
It's based on
what
the
was it?
Last Kingdom. That's what it's
Last
called.
Kingdom, that's what it was. Okay, all right. Because they had this feel.
I don't know. I don't think this is going to be their most successful thing, but hey, hopefully it is.
No, the most successful Tiny Epic. Because I think their most successful Kickstarter is still Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe. It depends if you go by numbers or by backers. Because their games get tons of backers.
Right, they do.
But they're very cheap games.
Yeah, because you're talking $25, $30 for deluxe.
All right, here is game number 8 in the City Collection, Katmandu.
Katmandu.
I've not played this one either.
Well, no one has because it's not out yet.
Oh, this is fire, Tom. I've been waiting on the 8th game in the City Collection.
You haven't even played the first 7.
What are you talking about? Look, I played Cusco. Not that one. The other Cusco. I played New York.
1812?
San Francisco. I don't know.
Hamburg.
Hamburgers.
Okay, well, here's the deal. They already had the names for their next games lined up.
They have like, well, there was a picture you could see at
Yeah, all of
at
them.
Essen.
Yeah,
20.
that's insane to me that they have 20 games planned and they're not even designed half
No
of them.
way. Like, I'm sorry. It was just literally city titles. They just had a list of city titles.
But also, when I look at these upcoming city titles, Manila is one of them. That's already a game. Berlin is already a game. Hong Kong's already a game. And Bangkok's already a game. Now, there is not a game, I think, based on Urbino. But there might be. Either way.
Or Louisville.
This one, though, okay, but
That's
this one I
what we
think is
need.
new. This is a new game. Like the fourth one was, whatever that one's called.
Right, okay. And it's from Feld also?
I think they're all Feld.
Feld really...
Queen has a document, and like they have one of his kids trapped in the basement. They're like, we'll keep making games until.
I know. Okay, I mean, it looks cool. I like that cover.
It's pretty.
There's nothing else, right? There's no picture of anything?
Elegant with that little badge on the top.
Explore the country Nepal, but navigating its temples and cities en route to the titular capital of Katmandu takes good planning, the right tools, and a little bit of luck. Sketch the animals you see along the way, trade for local goods, and eat point salad. I'm sorry.
Sketch the animals. I definitely heard
Sketchy animals?
sketchy animals along the way. I'm like, what?
Did you see that llama? Look at it. It's all weird.
You're more interested in that.
I definitely thought you said sketchy
I did too.
animals. I'm like, oh, is that a goat I can trust?
All right. Jumping on to Katan. So Katan, which is a subsidiary company of Asmodee, they're making a new game, Katan New Energies. This was actually designed by Claus Teuber, who passed away last year, and his son Benjamin. So they're redoing it. It says the game art's done by Ian O'Toole, but it still has a very Katan look. If you hadn't told me that was Ian O'Toole, I don't think I would have caught it.
I'm assuming the graphic
intentional,
design
probably.
and artwork is from him, so you have to, you got to get up close.
This is a Katan, but now there's power plants, energy tokens, and environmental events. It's the same territory. I don't know. I'm kind of not interested in this at all, frankly.
I'm curious to see what's different. It's supposed to be... What's interesting is most Katan games are not Katan. Like, it'll be, I think, anyway, like Katan prehistory.
Right.
Or Katan in Egypt. And I'm like, well, it's Egypt. It's not Katan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This made-up little island of Katan. This one is supposed to be Katan now. This made-up island that we as settlers settled in whatever, I don't know, whatever that's set. This is supposed to be modern Katan, which I thought was kind of like, oh, interesting. It's actually like, thematically, it actually is tied to the original game, whereas often these spin-offs just aren't.
Yeah, that part I'm interested
That's
in, but that also
interesting.
could be super
Oh, it's probably
superficial.
superficial, but
fiscal. All right.
fiscal superficial. But I like the idea. Hopefully there's a little more gameplay there, something to spice up the game, and if so, I'm happy to check this one out. Ian O'Toole artwork and graphic design does not hurt.
No.
However, everything we mentioned so far, no one cares about because there's only one piece of news people are talking about, and that is Wormspan.
What is this?
So
This is certainly a joke.
It 100% looks like a joke.
Yes.
It is. But this was announced yesterday. It was actually spoiled the day before because he said there was a new game announcement coming, so people went and looked up his trademarks.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
That he registered and that someone found Wormspan. So
Y'all need a hobby.
Wow.
Maybe board gaming. Look into it.
So Wormspan is based on Wingspan, and it looks dramatically like
Wingspan. I get it. Wingspan.
But it's designed by Connie Vogelman, who is the designer of Apiary, which is their last fairly popular game that they did that just came out.
Yeah.
It has different art. Clementine Campardu, I don't know. Has she done art for anything else? Wormspan. There's already 6 ratings? That's impossible!
How the reviews? Pretty good so far?
Oh, she did the art for Floriferous Delicious.
What
That
else?
series.
Click right there. Click right there. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the art for those games. I don't remember the artwork for Delicious very well. Floriferous is very pretty. It's a little wispy, so it's interesting. I'm
Yes.
curious to see what dragons drawn by this artist look like.
It's very a bright dragon game.
It's going to look, I guess fantasy kind of fits
Yeah.
that like very wispy, very color pencils vibe.
It's kind of interesting, the whole little worker thing. I don't know.
I mean, I'm interested in it because I like dragons and the idea of dragon wingspan sounds good. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting
No.
them to go like insect something,
Yep.
along that line.
I certainly was not expecting Fantasy to be the second follow-up to Wingspan.
Right. Wingspan took me a long time to play because the theme just did not grab me.
Sure, I get
So
that.
this
This one
might-
does this one work for you, Joey?
It does.
What do you think about the title?
I do not like it. I can see why they did it, I guess, because it says at the bottom like a wingspan game. Is that what it
I
says?
know, but if you're already writing on the box a Wingspan game,
Right.
then there's no need to be cute and be like worm.
Yeah,
no,
I just don't-
dragon span works just as well.
Is wormspan a word? See, wingspan is.
It's not a word,
No. And then when you announce it to somebody, come play it, if they don't know, there's a lot of description needed.
Yeah, you're like, with a Y, not the crawlies.
Right.
Not like,
So this is all blown up all over the internet from everything from the number of covers I've seen for games that end in span on Facebook has been tremendous.
Yeah.
And then people yelling about it like, I like birds, I don't like this, or I hated birds, I'm glad this exists, or this is a cash grab. Yes, but also, most games are cash grabs, folks, or they want you to pay cash. And if you have a successful game that sold millions of copies, why would you not spin off a game on it?
Yeah.
I'm interested in this because I like Wingspan a lot, and I like dragons. And there's very few games that are about dragons straight up. There's usually some dragon in them, and so I'm pumped on this one. The least thing I'm interested in at this point in time, unfortunately, is the game itself. If you look at these pictures, looks almost like an advanced prototype. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't.
It has that clean kind of look that Stonemaier tends to put out.
They're also not showing a ton of the cards. I would love to see the card. I almost don't care about anything but the cards. I want to see, because Wingspan is all about the cards. Everything else is superfluous. Oh, there's eggs, and this one has eggs too, like speckled eggs. Okay, fine.
I do like the cave idea. In this one, the
caves are cool.
3 places.
Yeah. You
are
lure
supposed
them
to
in?
be, yeah, you're supposed to like digging in, and then lure them to nest there.
Yep.
Thematically, it was better than some birds like to be in the woods and some like to be near the
They like
water.
to
It's
nest with other birds and
Yeah.
It's.
So we'll see.
I tell you, expansions are like unlimited because it's fictitious, which apparently birds are too. I had no idea there were that many birds. First time I played Wingspan, I thought,
Okay, just a heads up. You think birds are fictitious?
no, I just didn't know there were that many birds. Playing Wingspan the first time, I'm like, these are all different birds.
He's always seen flamingos down here.
I've seen like 10 birds. I thought
There was
maybe
one time, I remember I was with him at the zoo, and they put the second leg down, and he almost lost his mind. It's like, wait, they
have
had 2 legs? I thought they had 1 leg, these flamingos.
Anyway, this is going to be out soon. It's already published. It's already printed. He likes doing this. This is his shtick. Have the game ready to go. I don't know when pre-orders are up. They're probably going to be soon. Copies will be here very soon. So I would imagine this will be played a lot.
Will they say second quarter or when?
No, I think it's first quarter.
Really?
I do. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, it looks like it's almost done.
Somebody's
now.
saying, David, they were saying the artist has prints for sale, which show some of the dragon artwork in this, so you could go check that out.
Yeah, okay.
Very nice.
Alrighty, so there you go. That is the news, and don't forget, birds are real.